Welcome everyone to this video. In this video, I am going to give a demo about one of the new features which has been launched by Snowflake, which is called as file data type. Now, file data type will cater to only unstructured data, and we will see how we can construct a table using file data types, and also we will see how we can process a lot of unstructured data using file data type. So by definition, file data type is applicable only to the unstructured kind of data sets, and obviously on top of it we can plug in a lot of CORTEX AI capabilities and process these unstructured data sets, right? So just to give you all a background that within Snowflake I can process structured data, semi-structured data, which is like having an evolving schema things, and also we can process unstructured data. Now think of it like if this is my file data type, so how am I going to construct a table using file data type? So what was happening earlier and what is happening now? So now what will happen is, what we will do is, any of the unstructured data actually has to be loaded into the internal or external stage first, okay? And from there what we do is we usually read the data, okay? And over here, if you see, I have created one particular internal stage, which is new int stage for file. And over here what I did was I have uploaded two files. Now I'll just for the demonstration sake, what I will do is I will have to download one of the file, and I'll just show how this file is looking like. Let's say I download this file, and if you see this file has an extension of jpeg, another one has an extension of your png, okay? Now iPhone is the file. Now if I will just open up this particular file, so what you will see is it is nothing but an image of an iPhone, okay? Now obviously this is an image of an iPhone and it is there in my internal stage, okay? Now what we will do is, if you see this construct, okay, we will have to this particular statement I have already executed, and over here think of it like when I will create an internal stage, I will have to enable the directory table. That is how it is enabled, okay? And then what we do is, earlier we used to process them through the directory tables, okay? Now this is how the output is looking like. If you see this, obviously it will have your file name, and obviously there are a lot of other attributes tagged to it, okay? But it was no way telling us that this particular unstructured file is of which category, whether it is jpg, png, pdf, jpeg, so on and so forth, okay? Now with this file data type, there is a function toFile. What will happen is, if I will execute this same statement with this toFile extension, now what I will do is I will get the output in a semi-structured format, okay? If you see this is my output, okay? And not only that, what it will do is, with the help of content type, if you see this content type, it will clearly tell me that whether the image is of png, jpeg, jpg, so on and so forth, right? So that is one of the benefit of having this toFile extension, okay? Now how do I even define my table which will have this file as a data type, okay? So this is how we do it, okay? Right, so I will have a table name and my column name and something called as file as a keyword, okay? Right, so this particular table is expected to store the metadata of the unstructured file, not the actual data. So very important thing to mention, it is expected to store the metadata of the unstructured files uploaded in either internal stage or external stage, not the actual data, okay? Now because it is stable, I have a lot of files within my internal stage. How do I ensure I load them, okay? This is how I will load them, okay? I will be using select toFile, that exact statement, that exact output which we were seeing, and then what I will do is I will execute the statement, okay? And obviously because there were two files, hence two records got loaded, okay? Now I will, let's say I will execute statement like select star from this particular table, okay? So when I do a select star, I should be seeing the output, which is like materialized in this particular table, right? So these two records, which will have all the metadata information of those two files. So this feature was not available earlier. So right now, if we kind of upload any unstructured data within the stage, I have a way to load all of those metadata into one particular table, which is this, and this is how I do it, right? Now what do I do? I mean, why even this particular thing has come in? Okay, now there are two scenarios I will explain, right? What was happening earlier and what is expected to happen now, right? Now think of it like I am having lot of files within internal stage, and I am trying to do lot of processing of these files. And what was happening earlier is, earlier I used to process them one by one, especially around unstructured data, or maybe you think of it like the files which are coming into internal stage, one by one I was able to process, right? But over here, with this capability of loading the entire metadata into the table, we will see how everything can be done at one shot. Okay, now here is a very simple example. Think of it like, if I want to ask a very simple statement, okay, from the same kind of file, is just nothing but your images, right? Now think of it like, I will execute this particular statement. Okay, now if you just understand the statement, this is obviously my model name, and then what I'm trying to do is classify the input image in no more than 2 words. Okay, right? So what will happen is, let's mention that let it classify within 5 words. Okay, and then what I give is, I have given the kind of internal stage name where the file is present, and obviously I just want to do it for one file. Okay, now if I am doing it for one file, if I run this command, what will happen is, it will try to read the image and even understand the pattern of the image, right? So this is how it has read the image. We already saw that image was corresponding to an iPhone, and it was having little bit of green color in it. So this is exactly how my LLM model was able to kind of extract this kind of information. Okay, now imagine what I will do is, I will expand my horizon right now. Imagine there are 20 different kind of images present in the same path. Then what will I do? Will I execute this statement 20 times and change this particular file names? Or probably I will have a way to kind of look at the metadata that we stored in the table, and then execute just one command, and then expect that command to give me the output like this, right? So that is exactly how your kind of file data type will come into picture, right? So this is the table in which I was having my that file data type stored, right? This is the table, right? And wherein everything, all the metadata was stored, right? So what I will do is, I will execute the same statement. Okay, but over here, this is my column name I gave, this is my table name I gave, and this is the prompt which I am giving. Okay, and this is the LLM model, and I am not specifying anything related to a specific file. Rather, I want to do this analysis on the entire table, not on just one file. And how do I even construct that table? Without that file data type, I would not have constructed the table even. Okay, right? So this is how I am going to execute, and I expect that all the metadata which are present for those unstructured file, it will be plugged in as an input, and I get the classification result, right? So this is how things have been classified, right? You just now saw, right, how my unstructured data, the metadata of the unstructured data can now be loaded within Snowflake using the file data type, right? And how do I even configure them, right? Because I have to define my internal stage, I have to ensure that the directly enabled is true, right? And then how do I read the output, because the output of this particular thing will always be in JSON format, and within this JSON format we can clearly kind of, if you, again I will just show that if I will execute this particular statement, right, the JSON output will clearly give me whether the file type is JPEG or it is PNG, so on and so forth. And after that I can run my LLM models, which will kind of do this unstructured data, this image data processing all at one go and give us the output seamlessly. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please feel free to subscribe to my channel and talk about my channel and like this video too. So thank you so much once again.